So today we're going to do a little bit of a different video than what I've usually got on the channel. I'm going to show you how to build one of these raised garden boxes here. A few of you have asked how I do them. I've got this one here I probably did about 4 or 5 years ago. Sorry about the distraction there with the dog barking. My neighbor's dog's barking over there. I've got my dog out here as well. She's being nice and quiet for some reason. She doesn't want to bark yet. But this is a raised garden box I did about 5 years ago. It goes about 3 foot by 5 foot and 3 feet off the ground. And I had 2 of these. I'm actually standing where one used to be, and that one finally broke. It's actually back in that corner over there of the yard. So I've got some wood here. We're going to cut it all up, the 2x4s, fence posts. I'll show you how that all goes together, and we're going to build another box. So come along, it's going to be a good day. First off, real quick, I've got 2x4s here for the posts, for the legs, and I've measured where they're going to be cut at. It's going to be a 3 foot length. And then I've also got the siding here. So these are just fence posts. They're, I believe, 6 foot high posts. And I'm going to be breaking those down into a 5 foot length and a 3 foot length. So let me show you this box over here. It's an older box. But this side here is 3 feet wide. And if I come to this side, it's going to be 5 feet wide. So that's what we're going to do. You double them up, 2 up, and that gets you almost a foot deep worth of soil. So of course you guys got to put the soil in there. And this box here, which has lasted me, like I said earlier, about 5 years. I've got radishes in there. I've got a row of spinach, a row of carrots going, and right here, Brussels sprouts. So let's get to this one over here, cut up some wood, and I'll show you how it all gets put together. Well, as you can see, I've cut up all this wood now. So these were just 2 posts cut in half, so they'd be 3 feet. These 4 right here, I cut back down to a 5 foot length, so I took a foot off of each one. So there's 4 posts there, 2 more there, so that's 6 fence posts. 2x4s were 8 footers. I cut them down to 3 foot each for the legs. So now I'm going to take this all together. I'm going to get some screws in here, put these on the legs, and we'll show you how it looks once it's actually up and completed. So I took these planks off the old bed over there. What I'm going to do, bring the camera in here quick, and they're just going to go on just like so, right through here. I've put one right there, you can see, and one on this side already. And these are what the planks sit on, so they're going to sit across like this, going across. And then I'll put a little weed layer down here, that way the dirt doesn't go through all the slots, but water can and so on. So just a little 1x2 plank, and they go right here. You're going to screw from the outside in. So what we do now, you take one of these pieces of wood my dad's by, one of the planks, and you're going to cut them. Right, these right here are going to be about 34.5 to 34 and 3/4 inches long. You have to notch this one in, which we sort of murdered a little. But you'll do this all the way down until you get a bed. So we're going to keep going this way, go all the way down to the end over there, and complete this for the night. And that's as far as I'm getting tonight. I'll show you the rest tomorrow. As you can see, the box is done for the night. I got the posts up, got the sides on, and the bottom in. All I gotta do is put a little layer down here and put the dirt inside, and then we'll plant as well. So let me back up for you so you can see it. That turned out really nice, and we did this after work today. A little side project, my dad and I. So, cheese. Yeah, cheese. Let's see here. Took a little bit, hour and a half maybe to do. And that was more or less cutting everything and measuring. So I'll show you the rest tomorrow, but I'm going to set this box in place. Well, it's now day 2. I didn't have enough time last night to do a stain finish on here. What I'm going to be doing is putting a stain on the inside and outside of these planks and on the post so I don't get any rot. You can see from my other garden bed over here, that one's got a lot of rot on it. That thing's about 5 years old, so let's see if we can preserve this one a little bit. What I'm going to be using is some wood finish that my buddy gave me here. It's a Picket Australian timber oil. So that is going to be good to throw on the sides here and the bottom. So let's get to it and get this stain on here. The wood finish is on. I've got the posts, I've got the sides done. It's soaking in. I'm going to give it a few hours before we finish up. But it should dry here in about 3 to 4 hours. So we'll come back out after lunch and finish this up. Everything here is dry now to the touch, so I'm going to start putting dirt in here. But before I do that, I want to show you what I've got here. This is a weed control film made by Vigorio. I always throw this in beforehand before I put dirt in here. And why is that? That way it doesn't let the dirt go in between the cracks of the boards in here. Water can still go through, but all the dirt won't fall out. So I've always lined my flower beds, my garden beds with this stuff right here. So next step now is just to put some dirt in here. I've got dirt right here in the wheelbarrow from the last one we had. I'm going to mix it with some new garden soil that I have right down there. So let's get to it and put it in. Okay, all the dirt is in. I've transplanted some of the plants back. I got some herbs here, some rosemary, some basil, some parsley. I've got one more I'm going to plant. I'm waiting for it just because it's going to get a little cold this week, but it's going to be cilantro right there. But then I've got 3 rows of onions I'm doing in this box. Some green onions, some yellow onions, and then some sweet yellow Spanish onions. So I'm going to do a row like this, a row like there, row right there. Just a quick overview of the box here. Now that it's complete and everything is dry, everything's in there. I've got my green onion, yellow onion, Spanish onions all planted. I got my parsley right here. I've got my basil right here. My rosemary that I transplanted through, and as you can see, I've got enough soil up here. It's almost to the top, almost 12 inches of soil in there. Everything's looking good, everything's sealed. We are good to go. That was a fun project. Well, that's going to be it for building this garden box here. I hope I've got some good tips in here for you to build your own garden box. It's been a lot of fun building this one and just doing a project with my dad here at home. So if you did like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing and ring the bell down below for any notifications of any other videos I got coming out. And if you got any questions on the garden box and how to build your own, leave them in the comments below. So until the next one, thanks for having me. Look who wanted to come check out the garden box. Oh. What? You don't like it? Oh.